a law of darkness. It'd be better just one later. But basically you draw two cards, only have to banish one dark monster. The draw power is quite helpful in this deck, I can't lie. Foolish Burial, because I can send a level eater, go for getting synchros. I can send a Dandelion, good for getting synchros. And Quillbolt Hedgehog. They're going to be the three main useful ones that you're going to send to the graveyard with Foolish Burial. Quillbolt, Level Eater and Dandelion. One for the tokens, one for the reduced level and extra monster usage. And this one because you can just simply summon it from the graveyard, which is excellent. Next, we've got Machine Duplication, right, which I use with Tuning Wear, right, which is great because Tuning Wear, this card can be treated as a level 2 monster or a level 1 when used for a synchro summon. If this card is sent to the graveyard for a synchro summon, you can draw one card, which is excellent. And on top of that, I was running 2, but I figured I'd try it with 1. 1 is, say, it's a very reasonable number. It can be proved to decrease the inconsistency when you've got more than 1. Mind Control, great for synchros, great for overlays. Although I'm not using it for overlays, but for synchros it's very useful. 1 for 1. Brilliant for getting out Level Eater or Tuning Wear or Jet Synchron, depending on what I need it for. Or Effect Veiler or Glow Up, but mostly Level Eater or Tuning Wear. Raigeki, of course, who doesn't need Raigeki? Destroy all monsters your opponent controls. Both. Smashing. You can't go wrong with that. It's lovely. Reinforcement of the army. Now I'm pretty sure everyone knows what this does, but you add one level 4 or level warrior type monster from your deck to your hand. Now it's great for Junk Synchron, TG Striker. Oh yeah, that's pretty much what I use it for, to be frank, but yeah, it's very useful. Now we've got Soul Charge. Target any number of monsters in your graveyard, special summon them. If you do, you lose 1000 life points for each special summoned monster by this effect. But please note, you will not be able to conduct your battle phase the turn you activate that card. So I wouldn't always use it as a first choice. Normally as a last resort is the best chance, or the best choice I should say. Now Tuning, this is your staple spell card for your deck. You add one Synchron Tune a monster from your deck to your hand, then send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Now it's excellent for getting Junk Synchron, Jet Synchron, or Quick Draw, or even Synchron Explorer. No, not Synchron Explorer, but for Junk, Jet, and Quick Draw, that's your choices. And I normally always use it for doing Quick Draw. I wouldn't have any less. Right, you got Jar of Greed. That's pretty standard, just more draw power. Now you could remove that and have 3 Mirror Forces, but I find that 2 Mirror Forces do just fine. Everybody knows what that does. Doesn't need much explanation. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, destroy all attack position monsters your opponent controls. A smashing. It's got me out of many jams. Right, as Dandelion explained before. Help for the synchro summoning mainly, and defense just in case. Doppel Warrior. When a monster is special summoned from your graveyard, you can special summon this card from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can special summon 2 Doppel tokens. I do tend to use that effect quite a lot, and it's very useful. And goes with a Lord of Darkness if you need it to. Effect Veiler. Well, we all know what that does. During your opponent's main phase, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls and negate that effect. And it's a quick effect. So yeah, it's fairly decent, and time to time I may use it as a tuner. Just, you never know when the circumstance might arrive. Glow Up Bulb, it's smashing, it's amazing. If the card's in the graveyard, you can send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Cheers. And if you do, you can special summon the card. Very useful for the summonings if you're in a pickle. Jet Synchron. Now, I run 3, but you could get away with 2 and replace it for something else. Maybe an extra Mirror Force, um, or Warwolf. I don't know, but either way, you can send if this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, you can add one junk monster from your deck to your hand. So it's good to keep the stuff in your hand. It's nice. Just keep it consistent. If this card's in your graveyard, you can send one card from your hand to the graveyard, and you can special summon it from the graveyard. But it will banish once it leaves the field. So do be careful and use it when you need to. And it can only be used once per turn, only once. But I'll explain why I like to use that for synchro soon. So you got Junk Synchron. It's good for special summoning, keeps the synchro summons consistent, and it's a level 3, so it's a nice all-rounder. You can target one level 2 or lower monster in your graveyard and special summon that target in defense position, but its effects are negated. It is a level 3 and it only applies when it's normal summoned, so do remember that. Right, level Eater. It's brilliant when it's in the graveyard. You can reduce effects, and you can target one level 5 or higher monster you control, reduce its level by 1 if you do special summon. It helps to manipulate levels to get the synchro monsters you want out. Right, it's very useful, and sometimes you need, for example, 2 materials. Right, so let's say Trishula. Right, so say I got a level 7 out. Do Junk Archer. Right, both bring it out. That's 6. Right, so yeah, you got level 6 Junk Archer. Because of level Eater, add that one, it's back to level 7. Right, but then you need 2 more levels. Blah blah blah, do your thing, get out Formula Synchron, which I do many times. And then it goes to level 9. That's 2 materials. Right, and then you got Trishula, which is excellent effect, but I'll explain that later. Maxi, in case people like to special summon. Yep, sorry about that. Right, so if your opponent likes to special summon a lot, if that's their type of deck, you can draw a card for every time they do that when you send it to the graveyard during their turn. It's quite helpful. Don't really use it very often, but it does have its helpfulness. Right, Quick Draw, one of my most favourite cards in this deck, I swear. Right, excellent for having monsters out on the field. Right, you can special summon this card from your hand by sending one monster from your hand to the graveyard for the synchro summon. You can substitute this card for any one synchron tuner monster. Cannot be used as a synchro material except for the synchro summon of a monster that lists synchron monster as a tuner. That is very excellent. You should always run 3 of this card. Now I decided to put Quillbolt in, because yeah, only one Quillbolt though. Because level 8s normally do the job that I need, but having the Quillbolt there does help. If it's in the graveyard, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. But you must control a tuner monster to activate and to resolve this effect. So basically, it's good for getting the synchro summons in, extra defense, whatever. But it does banish, so it's a one-time use. Do remember that. Synchron Explorer, what a beautiful card. When this card is normal summoned, you can target one synchron monster in your graveyard and special summon that target, but its effects are negated. It's helpful. More synchro summons, same stuff. If your opponent controls a monster and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was destroyed on the field and sent there this turn, you can add one TG monster from your deck to your hand. I mean, this is TG Striker, as I forgot to mention. He's a warrior, tuner, and he's a level 2. Now, he's there just to help me with some synchro summons or if I'm in a bit of a pickle, mostly. But because he is in the deck, right, and because of his effect, I will be able to bring out TG Warwolf to my hand if I've not already drew. Now, he's similar. When a level 4 or lower monster is special summoned, except during this damage step, you can special summon this card from your hand. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was destroyed on the field and sent this turn, you can add one TG monster from your deck to your hand. So they bounce off each other, basically. Very good for the special summons and getting out synchro summons. If you manipulate it properly, you can get out about 4 to 5 synchros in one turn, easy. Now Tuning Wheel. Oh my, I love this card. But as I explained before, this card is treated as a level 2 monster when used for a synchro summon, or it can be. You can choose whether it wants to be 1 star or 2. If this card is sent to the graveyard for the synchro summon, draw 1 card. Extra draw power, lovely. Now, on to the extra deck. So we've got Axel Synchron, which is a synchro tuner at level 5. He's useful because he's a synchro tuner, and once per turn you can sell 1 synchro monster from your deck to the graveyard, then activate one of these effects. Increase the card's level by the level of the sent monster, or reduce the card's level by the level of the sent monster. During your opponent's main phase, you can immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon 1 synchro monster using materials, including this card. You control. This is a quick effect, and you can only synchro summon Axel Synchrons once per turn. So because of that, I only run 1 of them. But he is fairly useful. Crimson Blader. Now he's there mainly just to prevent special summoning. With a 2800 attack points and a level 8, he's very easy to get out. What I like to do sometimes is bring him out, bring up Formula Synchron, destroy a monster on opponent's side of the field, make sure that they can't normal summon or special summon a level 5 or higher monster during their next turn. Then I'll use Formula Synchron with Crimson Blader and bring out Stardust Warrior with 1 tuner synchro monster plus 1 or more non-tuner synchro monster. Yeah, so 1 tuner synchro monster plus 1 or more non-tuner synchro monster is what you need to summon this card. However, he's got 3000 attack and 2500 defense at level 10. He is a warrior. He's very useful. During every player's turn, if your opponent would special summon a monster, you can tribute this card to negate the summoning if you do destroy that monster. During the end phase, if this effect was activated this turn and was not negated, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. If this card is destroyed by battle, or if this face-up card you control leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, you can special summon 1 level 8 or lower warrior synchro monster from your extra deck. Very useful. So normally what I do is use him to bring out Road Warrior or Junk Destroyer, depending. I've not explained Choice Shooter. But before I get to that, you've got TG Hyper Librarian. Extra, just draw power. Level 5, easier to get out. Sweet. There's nothing more to be said really. With 2400 attack points, smashing. Right, you got Trishula. Right, one of my favourite cards is level 9 and can be quite awkward to get out sometimes. Especially because it requires 2 or more non-tuner monsters with an additional 1 tuner monster. Right, so what makes it a bit of a pain, but you can work around it most of the time. When this card is synchro summoned, you can banish up to 1 card each for your opponent's hand, field and graveyard. The card in the hand is chosen at random. It's amazing. It's amazing, just fantastic. I can't stress that enough. Now, you got Stardust. Oh, yeah, Shooting Star Dragon. No. Before we get to that, we'll start with Stardust Dragon. 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters during other player's turn. When a card or effect is activated that would destroy a card in the field, you can tribute this card, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. During the end phase, if this effect was activated this turn and was not negated, you can special summon this card from your graveyard. It's amazing. You know, everybody must know about this card though. To Shooting Star Dragon. You know, it can be quite unreliable due to the fact that if you if you don't excavate a tuner monster in your deck, you won't actually get to attack. But you can get multiple attacks if you get multiple excavations. With an attack point of 3 and 1 tuner synchron monster, which is normally going to be Formula Synchron. Now, plus 1 or more, plus Stardust Dragon, both. It's normally not hard to get out, to be honest. You've got Road Warrior, Road Synchron, plus 2 or more non-tuner monsters. Now, majority of the time, you are going to be using Quick Draw Synchron to get out this monster. With a bit of manipulating, level eaters, and tuning with, it's easy enough to get out. But once per turn, you can special summon 1 level 2 or lower warrior or machine type monster from your deck. Very handy. Next, you got Junk Gardener, Junk Synchron, plus 1 or more non-tuner monsters. Same, Quick Draw Synchron will do the job. Or Mr. Junk Synchron here. Now, he's quite useful, really. He's a level 6. I don't often use him, but once per turn you can select 1 monster your opponent controls and change its battle position. This effect can be activated during either player's turn. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can select 1 monster on the field and change its battle position. Quite useful. Junk Destroyer, Junk Synchron, plus 1 or more non-tuners. Same with Quick Draw or Junk Synchron, you'll be able to get it out. Level Eater's tuning with most of the time. Well, because there's no special requirements really, you can mix it up a bit. When this card is synchro summoned, you can target cards on the field up to the number of non-tuner monsters used for the synchro summon of this card, and you can destroy those targets. Now, what I like to do is get out a couple of level eaters or a couple of tuning with, get about 3 on the field, on both. You've got about, you can destroy three cards on the field. Very useful. Junk Archer, level 7, 2300 attack. Junk Synchron, Quick Draw Synchron, easily done. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls and banish it. During the end phase of this turn, return it to your opponent's side of the field in the same battle position. It's quite useful, to be honest. Yeah, you can make the finishing blow with this card, or use its effect to therefore make the finishing move on your turn. Very useful. If this card is synchro summoned, oh look at me, I've jumped straight into it. Jet Warrior, Jet Synchron, but you can use Quick Draw, or Jet Synchron itself, which is what we got in the deck as well. So now you can target 1 card your opponent controls and return it to their hand. If this card is in your graveyard, you contribute 1 level 2 or lower monster, special summon this card in defense position, or banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect once per turn. I only really use it for the fact that I can target 1 card my opponent controls. That's it really. Formula Synchron. I'm pretty sure I've already explained this, but it's a synchro tuner. When this card is synchro summoned, you can draw 1 card during your opponent's main phase. You can immediately, you can draw 1 card during your opponent's main phase. Immediately after this effect resolves, synchro summon using this card. Yeah, so it's a quick effect, you can do it regardless. Crimson Blader, dun. Right. Machine Duplication. Oh, I've got an extra 1 in the side deck just in case, but Scrap Fist. I mean, I ain't even got Junk Warrior in the deck actually, but I decided to put it in the side deck. Starlight Junction, Dark Magician of Chaos, depends on the circumstances. Junk Blader, Mono Synchron, Phonon Pulse Dragon, Red Dragon Archfiend, in case I need to make it a bit more aggressive. Shooting Quasar Dragon. Well, yeah, dear me. And Tatsunoko. Right, so that's my recipe, and I'm going to do a few games online just to give you a quick look on how the deck is used. But please bear in mind though, sometimes you can get a bad hand. Trying to make this deck competitive and consistent is quite difficult. But You gotta have a bit of fun with the deck as well, so you might as well sacrifice some consistency. Okay, who we got? Yeah, we'll go for this guy. Okay. Right, guys, so I'll do one more game so you get a bit more of a brief idea. Um, yeah, let's go for it, man. First time was a good try. Let's do this again. Right then, there we go, guys. As you can see, um, certain decks it doesn't work very well against, like the majority of decks. But overall, it's a pretty good deck. Very well. Oh man, my speech impediment today, I swear. No, but it's a really fun deck to play. Very fun. Really worth giving it a try. Yeah. Unfortunately, I think a couple cards should be changed around in the side deck, but other than that, I think that you should definitely give it a go. Right, this is me out. White Flash. Be back in a flash. Thank you. Goodbye.